the anti-tracker.
We will return to your scheduled programming shortly, or we are currently experiencing technical difficulty.
What is going on, YouTube? Michael J. Crawford, the anti-tracker here. Sorry for being late. I'm actually really upset because I've been trying to render this thing for the for today's show, and you can see this is the rendering indicator here. It's at 98% rendered, and it's been sitting at 98% for freaking ever, and it won't finish. And so I couldn't get it done. So I said, screw it. I got to go live. I don't want to, you know, only have a 5-minute show today or something. So I apologize for the delay. So Thomas is first, although Thomas and BIRDOPREY have been chatting in the chat for, gosh, what, an hour before I got started. So thank you guys for being so patient with me. Commander Shran is in the house. John DeMarco's in the house. Mike Richards is here from Columbus, Ohio. He wants to make sure we all know that he is from Columbus, Ohio, because if you're ever in Columbus, Ohio, remember to look up Mike Richards, because Mike Richards, Columbus, Ohio, two great tastes that taste great together. Mr. Miles says, oh, your love, not first. I assume you mean live, but it like first. And Chronos says, Fishk! Mr. Miles says, woo. Rambling Canuck says, good morning. Good morning, Rambling Canuck. I'm the first here, though. I'm the first Miles here, though. That is true. You are the first Miles in the chat. Why late, anti-trigger? Well, I just explained it. That stupid thing is still shows at 98% rendered. I'm going to let it go and see if it doesn't finish by the end of the show. I'm going to cancel it and try to start it over again. I don't know why I got stuck at 98%. It's really, really freaking annoying. Mr. Miles says I was holding him hostage. No, it's not Mr. Miles' fault this time. But thank you for your concern, Kronos. But yeah, it was nothing more than me angrily staring at my screen, waiting for the stupid thing to finish. Kronos says, wow, you must really want a wrench. What? BIRDOPREY, you slow down in old age, Kronos. Oh, yeah, get it in. Coming from the guy who hasn't gotten out of bed in 10 years. I mean, you want to talk about lazy bird? At least I get out of bed to come do my live streams. You don't even get out of bed to do your live streams. I mean, come on. Kronos says, I already read that. Morning, BIRDOPREY. Thanks for checking out my video. Rambling Canuck, I didn't know about your video. I'll check it out when I get a chance. Time to close task and restart. You see, I don't want to do that because it's at 98%. That's the thing that makes me mad, is that it's so close to just being done. And so I don't want to give up hope that now the chat exploded on me. I don't want to give up hope that it'll work. But I will if it doesn't by the end of the show. Chief Cook says hi. Mr. Miles asks if BIRDOPREY liked his Decker edition. Yeah, Mr. Miles is playing around with a Star Trek Discovery intro that I'm going to use a little bit of in my show tomorrow night. BIRDOPREY says to Rambling Canuck, I'm your first celebrity. I'm your first subscriber. That makes me infinite first. Well, you know, that's here's the thing though. Is that I am now his second subscriber, and you all know that around here, being number 2 is being number 1. So, take that. So when Rambling Canuck is famous, he'll remember that his second subscriber was the anti-tracker. Let's see, where now I was a live chat, you crazy. Oh, thank you. I always forget to switch out. I am so sick of YouTube's chat system. All right. Antrager was actually walking around about the house with a baseball bat and keeping the advances of Dr. Alex's. Yes, that's what I was doing. Yes. And let's see. You said poor Decker. Oh, you're talking about that thing. Yes. Morning World says Dale, good morning. Hello to everyone says not Ryan Johnson. Rendering bacon? No, rendering, well, I can't tell you what I'm rendering or to spoil the surprise. That's, you see, and I was really hoping to be able to show it to you. But yeah, look at this. It's just sitting there at 98% for no freaking reason other than to piss me off. So that's like, I'm going to try to, all right, so we'll hit the cancel button. All right, come on, cancel already. Now it won't cancel, of course. So I get the little spinning thing when it, yeah, it's just gonna sit there. Oh man. Yeah, and now not responding. Close the program. You son of a. Come on, stupid mouse, get up there. Yeah. It's not responding. Waiting for. All right. I hate this stuff sometimes. All right. Hello there, single one, says Mr. Miles. Not sure what that means. Hey, Eddie Trigger. This is Robert Knowles, but just launched my. I'm assuming my, not by. Sorry, but launched by YouTube channel. So using the channel account. That's cool. All right, Robert. Well, Rambling Canuck, it is. I will try to remember that. I was just in the middle of watching Bird's latest video and the battle to be first in the comments. Yes. Cinnamon Buddy is in the house. Says good morning. Good morning. When did I get out of bed to do a live stream? When I did get out of bed to do a live stream, YouTube said no. No, you just won't get out of bed. You're lazy. Get out of bed right now. Start walking around the house. Take a walk. Take Sassy out. When was the last time you took Sassy out for a walk? Let's see. Zoom and Trigger. BIRDOPREY is in a relationship with his vacuum cleaner. Don't deny it. We heard you that once. Well, we know that. We know that. Carl's Jr. to sell cannabis burger. Are you serious? Are you serious? Carl's Jr. is going to sell a cannabis burger. Wow. That seems like pushing it a bit. Evening, Anti-Trekker. Good evening, Peter. Anyone see the Endgame leak? I have not, so I don't know anything about it. And I know that some people are really pissed about it. Some people are just saying, meh. You know, so I'm not one that I care that much about spoilers. Even spoilers to movies I really enjoy. But at the same time, if I don't get the spoiler, it's always nice to be surprised. Robert/Rambling says, thank you, you're more than welcome. Mr. Miles says, Andrew, out of curiosity, can you check your stats and find out who your oldest active member is? Well, I can see who my it won't necessarily tell me who's active. But I can look and see who the first subscriber was and stuff like that. So, like if I go to, let's see if I can... Of course, now this is going to be so enthralling. So let's go to community, come on, and subscribers. And so let's see. Yeah, so we have it set to most recent. But how do you change? Well, I guess we go to, is there a way to go to the end of the list? And, wow, some of you guys is like, yeah, unfortunately, I have to like go through it one page. There's got to be a way to pull the whole list because I'm not going to sit here and click next and get the next 20 and next 20. I have a subscriber named Naked Goat. Last names are lame. That's an original one. That's for sure. Let's see. There's Robert. Yeah, so GK Pirate. Hey, thank you for subscribing, GK. So yeah, unfortunately, it's not gonna. Yeah, it'll take me forever to try and get through this list to just try and find out who my first one was. And so let's go to, if we go to most popular subscribers, my most popular subscriber is Boofire because I guess Lore Reloaded's not subscribed to me. I'm gonna have to talk with Lore. And let's see, number 2 is, and Boofire has 35,000 subs. Then I have a subscriber, I don't know this one, named Diamandia Hagen, who has 23,000 subs. And then Misanthropony, who has 14,000. Ranger View is 13,000. So I got a decent number of subscribers that are up there with me. Oh, I didn't even know that Midnight's Edge After Dark is a subscriber. I had no idea. Well, thank you, Midnight's Edge After Dark. So, alright, so I'm getting way too distracted because now the chat is like way the heck behind. So, let's see, where was I? It's Birds. Well, you need a new computer and a new 3D printer and a new big... I know, Kronos, I know. I did. Well, I don't... Yeah, it sucks. But I do definitely... Yeah, and in fact, I was talking to Mrs. Antichecker about that. We're going to try to make getting a new computer a priority since I do so much stuff on the computer and it's been struggling. Let's see. Subscriber number 3 on this channel, known as the Turd subscriber. Yes, that is true. Let's see. I was up at 5 a.m. That sucks. I was as well. And then I took a little nap, and then I started this. Someone said hello, everyone. So I said hello, single one, to clear up the confusion. Gotcha. Hi, Antichecker. Did you get my Discord message about my last hitchhiker video? I did see that you said you had it posted. What did you say here? Let's see. Yeah, so yeah, I did see that, and I did see that you have it, you had it posted. I haven't watched it yet, but I'm looking forward to it, Dr. Alex. By the way, if you want to hear an incredible voice, subscribe right now to Alex Leeds and check out, especially his the Doctor reads the Doctor reads the Doctor as the Doctor series is awesome. He's doing videos about his favorite sword fighting films of all time. He's got this Hitchhikers thing that he's starting now. And let me tell you, every time Alex opens up his mouth, it's like gold is just flowing out in audio form. I hate him for that. Okay, so let me try to get caught up here. Not Ryan Johnson is talking to Peter. Zoom says we have CBD oil store opened up. Okay, so Ireland now has CBD, but you know, well, that's the first step, I suppose. And let's see, BIRDOPREY says, yes. Okay. Don says, there's a website where you can see where you first subbed to someone. When you first subbed to someone. Really? That's cool. I didn't know that. Chrono says, hey, Doc. It's on your time, Doc. Alex. Talking of Endgame, Anti-Tracker, are they releasing a new TV spot every day? It feels like it. It does feel like it, and maybe they are to try and build up the hype. But here's the funny thing. Marvel could have done zero marketing except for release a press statement saying, by the way, Endgame's coming out on April 26th, and it still would probably be the #1 movie of the year, if not the #1 movie of the decade. Chief Cook says, read last comment. You guys in your read last comment, I'm going to start banning that. All right, let's see. Where is it, Chief? Anti-Checker, the Star Trek Undiscovered Country, the TOS was going to retire. How would you want them to retire? I didn't have a problem with the way they were going to do it in the Undiscovered Country. Is basically they sail off into the sunset, almost literally. I actually liked that ending. I thought that was a good ending. I think the worst thing about the ending of Star Trek VI was the existence of Star Trek Generations. So, honestly, that should have been the last appearance of the original crew right there. Have you found Infinity Flush yet? Not yet, Kronos, but I didn't have time to look today because I was working on some stuff. Captain Redneck for his is in the house, so we all know what that means. We got to give the official Redneck salute. We need to come up with and there we go.
Ooh, Captain Redneck is on the bridge.
And he says, read my last comment, because he's a complete jerk because he knows that he didn't have a last comment. At least I don't think he did. BIRDOPREY isn't a sub. Well, if he's not, then, you know, shame on him. Captain Redneck says, 5 a.m. I was up at 2:30. Well, yeah, but you're Captain Redneck. I'm not. Yeah, no wonder you're a doctor. You're too smart for me. Yeah, Dr. Alex is a smart one, that's for sure. What a jerk. Antrigger, is there a way to see who subscribed to you for a tiny channel? There's few people. Is there a way to see who subscribed to you for a tiny channel? There's a few people I don't like on it. Well, on a tiny channel, it's easy because you can just look at your list. If you only have 100 subs, you can look at the whole list and go through it. When you have 7,000 subs, and Lord willing, I get up to like the Lore Reloaded levels where you have in the tens of thousands of subs, it becomes incredibly difficult because of the simple fact that there's too many names. But I know there are websites that track that stuff. Looking at the subscriber list on that I have, the YouTube interface doesn't really make it easy to search. I can search by chronological order, but it does it only by most recent to oldest, and I can sort by most popular, so I can see what subscribers of mine have the most subscribers, and that's pretty much it. And it'll tell me, like, for example, it says Boo Fire's been subscribed to my channel for 1 year, Misanthro 11 months, etc. And let's see here. Kronos, I assume the Princess Bride will be #1. Oh, and the sword fighting, if not, it'd be disappointed. Yeah, Princess Bride, I don't know where it's gonna, is Princess Bride gonna be on your list, Dr. Alex? I'm curious. Is Anti-Checker running away with Alex, or is Mrs. Anti-Checker? Shut up, Captain Redneck, jerk. No, you know what? I gotta acknowledge that Dr. Alex, if Mrs. Anti-Checker are gonna run off with Dr. Alex, it would be for reasons of his voice, because his voice is clearly superior to, well, pretty much anyone. Which I'm sickeningly jealous of. Redneck, Anti-Checker can't keep up with his tiny legs. That is true. And so, let's see. Not many new clips in Endgame teasers, so Anti-Checker, 1 or 2, but not much. There's a tribute trailer. I saw the tribute trailer where they show all the characters, like, before, from, their kind of origin stuff, which I thought was a nice one. Thomas throws $1.99, says, almost forgot, number 8, you got it, my friend.
Anal na trach, was betad, doch jel dienle.
Ariel Natris Oris Barzi Bedhead Juchel Dementa. Yeah, I'm not good.
And there we go, the classic Excalibur. It says, time to overflow the chat with hellos. Well, you go right ahead, but that just slows things down even more. Man, I'm so far behind. I think the last TV spot, I think for the last TV spot they should just have Stan Lee. That would be cool to do. I think they should do like a Stan Lee tribute commercial. I think that would be awesome. Enter, you mentioned Star Trek LV last night. Star Trek LV. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. I live near from where it will take place. They have a list of good actors. I've never been to one. Oh, Las Vegas. You mentioned Star Trek Las Vegas last night. I live near from where it will take place. They have a list of good actors. I've never been to one. I'm a big Star Trek fan, but it's very pricey. Thoughts? I would say go at least once. If you're within driving distance of Star Trek Las Vegas, I would definitely go at least once. I swear I will get there one year, but unfortunately this is not going to be that year. And so it's one of those things. It's just like I want to go to San Diego Comic-Con at least once. Obviously, I want to go and tour Europe at least once and meet up with Dr. Alex so I can punch him in the face, as well as Zoom and others, so that I can, experience that fine Irish hospitality, etc. But I can't, and Luke, of course, because I want to see just how much of a dick he really is, and find out if he's the one that burnt down Notre Dame. Let's see. So Thomas says, I can't believe Bird destroyed BSG Island. You spent so much time on it. Yeah, that kind of pissed me off too, Bird. What's the deal with that? British summertime or standard? There's British summertime? Is that what you call it? Wow. BIRDOPREY can dominate me any day. Captain, now you're getting weird. TMI Redneck agreed. Thomas, read my 5th comment from August. Sure. I'll do that. Already a subscriber to the good Dr. Alex. Come on, fellow nerds. Make Andy Trekker sweat. Subscribe to his channel. Hey. Yeah, don't be pimping him too much. BPP BOP equals old blue eyes. Okay, now you lost me. I subbed you on January 29, 2018. Very cool, Thomas. I did not know the date, but I'm glad you do, I guess. Oh, no, it's a little creepy. Stop it. I'll blush any harder. If I blush any harder, my skin will bleed. How could you be blushing right now, Doctor? You're not even, it's not like you're on the video here with me, and you got a good channel, you got a good thing going, and so you're musically gifted, you got a great voice. Now all you got to do is come up with some decent content. So the crap I have a good voice. I'll tell you, like one person that I've been trying to, there's a couple of people I've been trying to encourage to get into it, because if you have a great character voice, then that can take you a long way on YouTube. And so, honestly, Mr. Miles, you got a great voice, and I can't wait till you start producing videos. Darren Wagner has got a really good voice, and I want him to start putting stuff out too. So, I think there are a few of you that could definitely become very successful on YouTube. BIRDOPREY saw a channel with a 1-hour breakdown of Star Wars trailer. Didn't watch it. There's nothing to break down. We don't know. It's just trailer bait. Well, I took a half-hour breaking down the Star Wars trailer, although I spent a lot of that time analyzing one particular shot that I think JJ just did a horrible job with. BIRDOPREY's rendition is spectacular. Which rendition? I mean, he sings a lot, but yeah. Time changes are evil. I tend to agree, yes. I have been unsubbed from several channels over the past few days. Has anyone else had the same issue? It could be, if those channels are still there, it could be like every now and then YouTube will like automatically unsub you from channels that you don't visit. I bet the hotels in Las Vegas. You mean I'm not sure what you mean, Peter. Yay! Wait a minute. Yeah. Sorry, Doctor. I had to throw a crack in there somewhere. Ed Tracker, do you think TNG crew should take command of the Enterprise after TOS crew retires, or say with the Enterprise D, what ship Enterprise do you think is better for them? Well, the TNG crew obviously is 80 years later, so if you're going to keep the timeline the same, they can't take over right after the original crew. I could see them doing a show that like picks up right when the original crew retires, but the problem there is that then they'll be so tempted to try, we'll bring him back for one more adventure, one more, and no. You're welcome in my house, Anti-Checker. My home is your home. Well, thank you, Peter. And if we're ever in your neighborhood, we may take you up on that. Anti-Checker, do you think, I already read that. Thomas Pot says, so you have 7.7 thousand subscribers, but how many subscribers? Okay, where do you hear the subscribers? Is that like how Lore Reloaded says subscribers? Star Trek says, hell yeah, Star Trek Las Vegas. My wife is taking me next year for my 40th. She hates Star Trek. That's true love. Absolutely, Star Trek. That is true love if she takes you there, even though she doesn't want to go. My wife wanted to take me to the Star Trek experience, but then it shut down right before she was going to try to get me there. Antrigger, bring Dr. Alex to 2020 Comic-Con, punch him. Nobody will give a passing thought to an English bloke getting punched in Ireland. Great thought, Zoom. Let's see. The website, to me, that's when I subbed. Not sure what you mean there. Dr. Alex is smiling, and let's move on. I have a great voice, Antrigger. You must have started drinking early. No, Mr. Miles, you do have a really good voice for this stuff, and I really think that you have. And I remember I even told you the way that, like, I would have you if I were to be the boss of you to set up a channel, I would set it up in a similar fashion as Doomcock, except that now, like, Doomcock is like the over-the-top megalomaniac villain, right? That's going to be, I am Doomcock and I shall rule the world, right? For you, I would do it totally differently. I would have you sitting in a nice, big, comfortable chair. The lights would all be behind you, so your face would be in shadow. You could have a cat that you're petting or something while you're talking, and you would be a James Bond villain. And I think you would be absolutely perfect as that, and you could do a lot with that. Character voice trigger. Look at Doomcock. Yes, Doomcock is, and the thing is, for what now, granted, he uses a modulator to make his voice deeper than it actually is, but when he does, it's a great character. My voice is like silken butter. Okay. My voice sounds like the Lucky Charms guy's returning brother. Zoom, you're too hard on yourself. Hey guys, says Commander Ironwolf, good to see you. Human beings use Twitter? Yes, they do, apparently. Not just us Russian bots. Captain Redneck says, my voice is a golden turd. Or, as your voice would say it, my voice is a golden turd. How's that? Hey, Airwolf, says Kronos. Still no Game of Thrones talk. Boo! Well, I'm sorry, I'm not a Game of Thrones, whatever you call it, throne sitter, or whatever. Sorry. Hotels in Las Vegas are very pricey. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, I know. But, you know, it would be a once-in-a-lifetime type thing that I would do it. Please no Game of Thrones spoilers till it comes out on Blu-ray. Well, you won't get them from me, Kronos. I don't know jack about the show except for Season 1. And when they killed Stark at the end of Season 1, I was done. I bet the hotels are expensive. Well, yeah. But, yeah. Kronos, you should leave the internet? Why should Kronos leave the internet? He's a good guy. Oh, to avoid spoilers. Got it. We have an international airport, Anti-Checker. You may have to be. I may have to be, what, staying at your house? Don't worry, I'll take you up on that. Bird has 300 subscriber stream. Oh, that's right. Subscribers. I forgot about that. They are, Peter, depending on where and when. That's true. When there's something big going on in Las Vegas, then all the hotels jack up their rates. That is actually true. During convention, I'd be staying with my mate in LA anyways and driving there. Yeah, I would probably do something like that. If I had a friend in LA, I would probably do something like that. Mr. Miles should sing happy birthday to you like Marilyn Monroe. That would be creepy. Anti-Checker is the boss of Mr. Miles. No, Mr. Miles is a Bond villain. That is a long drive, but it's a drivable drive. It's not like not doable. Dr. Alex shows a couple of pounds into the chat, says, about to start more mead making, will send some. I look forward to it, Doctor, and look forward to those fencing supplies. No, Thomas, says Mr. Miles. I will not do that. I'm not sure what you mean. And Dr. Alex, of course, wants the TURDUS because he is English after all.
White, is this right?
And Strober says, if we're doing my voice sounds like a seagull being fed feet first through a wood chipper. Wow. Strober, come on now. Your voice is not that bad, I guarantee you. And Trigger, which TOS member do you think wouldn't want to retire? I don't think Scotty would want to retire. I don't think that Kirk would want to retire. But I think Scotty would probably be the last to retire because he's an engineer through and through, and he would just, if he could be 110 years old. I want to work at that warp core. Because remember, in the original series, when Kirk would tell Scotty to go relax, he would relax by reading technical journals. So, Captain Redneck's asking Pete when he's coming. Careful, Pete. Careful. It's a trap. It is a trap. Chrono says, yes, Secretary, we've all heard about your Stark complex. My Stark complex. Okay. Because Ned Stark. I was thinking of Tony Stark for some reason. Don One says, Ned Stark dies, you ruined it for me. Well, don't worry, that's season 1, and I don't even know, what are we on, season 8 or whatever? You may have to land at Newcastle Airport, Anti-Tracker. Well, I'll land wherever I have to land, but that's, Damn it, a Game of Thrones spoiler. I don't think that the Stark thing is a Game of Thrones spoiler, because, yeah. Who is Ned Stark? Ned Stark is a character played by Sean Bean in season 1 of Game of Thrones. You should ask Doomcock if he'll let Harvey guest star in a live stream. That would be fun. Doc says, wait, is it your birthday today? No, my birthday is coming up in 3 days. My birthday is this Saturday. And just so you guys know, on Saturday night I will be doing a stream, but it's going to be much earlier than usual because I'm taking half of the day off from work. And so basically what I'll be doing is doing an early live stream. Thomas Poss sent me something for my birthday. I have no idea what it is. I'll be opening that, and Mrs. Anti-Trekker also got me something for my birthday. I have no idea what it is, and I'll be opening that and just kind of hanging out with her a little while, and then we'll sign off, and me and Mrs. Anti-Trekker are going to watch a movie and have a nice birthday dinner. So it won't be the longest live stream, but I will stream on my birthday because I want to hang out with you guys at least a little bit. Caused a fight in the family. I met SJW because of manga hat with an official pic of Donald Trump for her office. No name to return address. Her reaction was hilarious. She didn't know it was me. You are so mean, Zoom. Mr. Ross says, wait, why am I like a James Bond villain? I never go to Bond movies. I know, I only know one of them threw a deadly hat. No, you see, that's you're talking about, the guy that threw the hat is called Oddjob. He is not a James Bond villain. He is a James Bond villain henchman. The James Bond villains are many of the stereotypes about evildoers in the world that you see in cartoons and stuff are based on Blofeld, the original James Bond villain. And so Blofeld would be in the first couple of movies that he appears in. You never see his face. You only see him stroking his cat, and you hear his voice. So yes, you can always do Airbnb there. Yeah, that's true. You can do that. I watch all of Austin Powers. Does that count as James Bond? No, Dr. Evil is definitely not a James Bond villain. Ned Stark is related to Nerd Flanders. Alex, no, it's on the 20th. Born on 4/20. That's correct. My birthday is Hitler's birthday / pot day / whatever. You know, some of the storms of the something that affected airports and air travel. We were the last airport only open, and the main and only open. Oh, when that volcano, yeah, the main and only open UK airport. Wow, that's cool. But yeah, I remember that. That was an ugly situation. Snotty was the best. You mean Scotty? I would agree. Miles the Bond villain. Skew off. Okay. Dr. Alex throws a thumbs up. Truth Apocalypse is here. Says, I'm last to arrive. I win. Everyone else has backwards. Nonconformity is my specialty. Good job, Truth Apocalypse. Good job. Man, I am so far behind now. I can't. Okay, there we go. MC says hello. But MC came in after Truth Apocalypse. So Truth Apocalypse, your record is shattered immediately after you said it. I'm so sorry. Peter Quinn says, and in Relics, he insisted on working. Yes, Scotty would never retire until he was dead. All right, I'm not talking about James Doohan. I'm talking about Scotty. Does that mean Miles' wife is Pussy Galore? Well, it could be. But although Pussy Galore was not technically, she wasn't in a relationship with Goldfinger. She was a henchwoman of Goldfinger. I got a phonograph rigged to my computer to record audio. It's really retro. That I would love to see. Mercer's in the house and says, hi, how you doing? Sulu never retired, still roaming the galaxy, sponsoring Chakotay into Starfleet. Okay. Which Stark is gonna die? I'm not sure what you mean, but Ned Stark is already dead. Tony Stark, I think, will be dying in about a week. In fact, one week from tomorrow is, of course, the big the Endgame world premiere. I will be there. I can't wait. My live stream on that Thursday will probably be a little bit later than usual because it's a 3-hour movie. So even though I'm seeing it at 7, and I usually start my live stream between 10 and 10:30, well, it's out at least 10. So I probably won't get my live stream started till 11. Fortunately, there's no Star Trek Discovery that week, so I can just talk about that for a little bit. And so, let's see. Hello there. Mercer says, Kronos. Mercer says, you like the pic of me and Combs? Yes, I did. That was very cool. Sean Bean branches out in Game of Thrones with a Sheffield accent. Well, I like Sean Bean in Game of Thrones. That's my problem. That's why I refused to watch it after season 1 because of that. Time to get back to work. Y'all have a good one. Mr. Miles, please go and visit the new black hole. Adios, everyone. Todd, have a good one. I know you're probably long gone by now. Sean Bean or Schwan Buan? Sean Bean. Awesome, Enter. I'll be looking forward to your birthday stream. Thank you, Peter. Enter, if Kirk walked the bridge of the Enterprise D, what would he say? He would say, holy crap, am I in a hotel? That's exactly what he would say. The guy that throws the shoe is Random Task. That's true. Random Task from the Austin Powers films, who is an obvious ripoff of Odd Job. Odd Job. I like Random Task from Austin Powers. For each Star Trek series, who's the most attractive woman? I don't know. Geez, I'm you know, I don't want to piss off Captain Redneck. I'm not going to answer that question. Let's see. Sean Bean was awesome Bond villain. Yeah, sported that Darren's slightly muted Sheffield accent. I actually liked him in, which one was it? Was that GoldenEye or was it, I always forget. But yeah, he was 006, I believe. And I actually really liked him. For each Star Trek series, I already read that. Sean, let's try and get a little more caught up. Who throws the hat? That's just stupid. That's Odd Job, and yeah, it was kind of silly, but you know, it was fun. Mr. Mouse says, Antring, are you sure you're not thinking of the claw from Inspector Gadget? No, the claw from Inspector Gadget is actually based on Blofeld. That's the point, Mr. Miles. Blofeld was the prototype supervillain. I like Sean Bean's Odysseus sporting that unusual choice of Sheffield accent. Dr. Alex, stop with that. Roland's in the house, says, hail, how you doing, Roland? Truth Boxler says, I tried to be last, damn it. Well, you failed. No one evil was born on my birthday. Are you sure about that, Thomas? I watched E4 last night, I assume you mean episode 4, and it's always funny when Obi-Wan Wizard first appears to scare off the sand people making the loud whistle sounds. Yes, I always thought that was kind of silly. Okay, I guess I need to watch some old school James Bond. You do. I would like an Alarn to be on Earth from 1950, and you can show him having memories of when they first find an NX ship, but the Enterprise set, and then the TOS set could be sweet. I'm not sure exactly what you're talking about there, Zoom. Hey, greetings from the Netherlands. Hey, Rick, how you doing? In some book, perhaps the Shatner one, Scotty got sick of the resort, and so he left in a runabout. I wouldn't be surprised about that one bit. Mercer has a pic of him doing his hair. Yes, that's what he said, Dr. Al. No, Combs is in the actor. No Star Trek Discovery that week. I've never felt so refreshed. Well, the season finale is tomorrow night. When I hear my own voice, I think of an obese man laying on his back, being choked by his own multiple chins and trying to have a conversation. I understand exactly what you mean. I feel that way about my own voice, but we all tend to have a negative feeling about our voice because we hear it through our inner ear, and it sounds differently than when we hear a recording of it. They won't kill Tony is Steve. I assume you mean and Steve. Too much money. I disagree with you. I wouldn't mind Captain America dying. Stark, I hope not. You're probably right. However, I don't think either one of them are walking out of Endgame. Now, I could be wrong, but that would just be my guess. I was born on May Day, aka Pagan Holiday. It's something. Well, yeah. 1 hour of adverts in cinema to begin with in USA. It's like, yeah, that's true. I hate all the ads before the movie. Miles, the Bond villain, fat bastard. No, he's not. Definitely not. I don't think he would fit as fat bastard. Dale says, only 15 likes? Come on, buddies. Yeah, what's the deal with that? The Black Hole is an awesome movie. Black Hole was a good movie for its day. I don't think it holds up as well as you're thinking, but there are some scenes in that movie that are absolutely incredible that you think, how the hell did they do that? GoldenEye. Thank you, Alex. I wasn't 100% sure, but thank you. And Captain Redneck also says GoldenEye. Yeah, which had a really dumb song, if I remember. It was like, GoldenEye. Yeah, I didn't care for that song. Too much word to click that like thing. Too much word, I assume you mean work. Yeah, work. Oddjob didn't have the steel rim, didn't only have the steel rim bowler hat anti-trigger. His new karate, yeah, he knew karate or something. That's true. Only 7 movies Sean Bean doesn't die. Yeah, there are movies where Sean Bean doesn't die, contrary to popular opinion. Oh, final Sean Bean comment. He survived Troy. See? If I were to do a live stream, I would use Caesar's entry into his audience chamber from Mel Brooks' History of the World as my opening. Okay. Episode 4 is my favorite Star Wars film. Well, Return of the Jedi is my favorite. Old School 007 is great. I agree. Obi-Wan Kenobi was imitating the call of a Krent dragon, and they have drastically changed the sound effect 3 times. The first one was spooky and echoey and howling. Yes, but the one they ended up using in the special edition was just stupid. Hey, Anti-Trekkers, says Zachary. Are you looking forward to the Discovery season finale tomorrow, or are you cringing over them destroying it more? Yes to both. I'm looking forward to it because it means the end of the season, but I am not looking forward to it because I'm going to have to watch it. Old School Bond is VPM? Not sure what you mean there. Sylvester Stanicky from Penelope Pit Stop is the world's greatest villain. Agree to disagree on that. The Full Monty is a personal favorite of mine. The Full Monty was a funny movie, but I don't think it would be my favorite. How fast is 0.5 past light speed? Well, it's 0.5 more. Jeez, Surf, it's obvious. I don't know, and that's like one of the dumbest lines. Shall make 0.5 beyond light speed. What does that even mean? Does that mean 1.5 times the speed of light? In which case, it's pretty slow. Old School Bond is pure toxic masculinity. It's awesome. Agreed. I sound like I could become a Nixon voice. Oh, God. I can't do Nixon. Let's see. I think Stark may die or de facto retire, but the iron suits will live on. Well, yeah, I don't think the iron suits are going away, but I do think Stark is going to die. Captain America needs to retire. They put way too much mortuary makeup on Chris Evans. He's weird corpse makeup. I do think he needs to die because you need to move on to the next phase of things. Antrick has a beautiful voice, like a matured Marty McFly. Oh, gosh. I remember that was one of the first videos I saw of you. In fact, I think that was the first video I saw of you, Dr. Alex, and Mrs. Antrick is still scratching her head on that one. I love any movie with lasers. All right. I'm still waiting for the Black Hole review. I know. I'll keep waiting. Anti-Checker has a nice old lady laugh. That's not true. If you check the history of who was born on your birthday and you can't spot the evil one, it's you. Ooh, good. Well, in that case, I feel a little bit better about the fact that Hitler was born on my birthday. GoldenEye was one of the best N64 games. I haven't played it, but I have heard that many times. Have you been to Star Wars Celebration like the one they had in Chicago last weekend? No, I've never been to Star Wars Celebration. If Star Wars was good, I would want to go. Right now, I don't care. But I would definitely go if Star Wars gets good. The GoldenEye game for Nintendo 64 is outstanding. Yeah, I never played, never had a Nintendo. Great Tina Turner impression. That's not what I was going for, but okay. Oh, that by Golden Eye. Yeah, I hated that song. Knights of the Old Republic for the PC is my favorite Star Wars movie. Actually, I like Knights of the Old Republic. That was, but what's the one? Oh man, I can't remember. It was one of them. It was the first time you could like run around in a ship, jump into an X-wing, take off, and you were in the battle, fight around, land on another ship, get out, fight the bad guys on the other ship, blow up the reactor or whatever you had to do, get back to your ship and leave. I love that. I can't remember what game it was, but that was an awesome game. I think I can tell you now, guys, I'm in Avengers Endgame. Don't tell me that, Peter. If you are, I hate you. The actor who played Oddjob was a real-life wrestler, I think, WWF. I think he was a real-life wrestler, which is kind of funny because Dave Bautista, who played the henchman in Spectre, and I actually really like Dave Bautista in Spectre, was very reminiscent of Oddjob. Return of the Jedi was one of the best movies of all time. Agreed there, Captain Redneck. I've hit like a few times. Every time I look, it seems to be removed. What gives with YouTube? I don't know. Some people, it depends on the type of device. I understand like on some Apple devices it has a problem. I hope Rey is on Tatooine. Okay. I don't care where she is, honestly. I just hope the movie's good. A half beyond impossible. Doctor, I don't even know what you're talking about. Nixon Head 2020, yes. My fellow Earthicans. And now they changed the call of the crate dragon again on the DVD. Should just be the original. I agree. That was a stupid change. It was unnecessary. I think that was the first video I did. I think it was, Doctor. I do. Those original Bond girls were hot. Original being Connery through Bronson. Well, and you know, the opening credits was always the most salacious thing. You know, Bond has always been a PG franchise, but man, those opening credits pushed the PG boundaries. Now entering glory hole, Bortus. Yes, now entering glory hole. Alexia, call mom. Alexia, set alarm 3 a.m. Alexia, set alarm 4 a.m. So how you doing, BIRDOPREY? Crap. No evil was born on my birthday, but Mr. Rogers was. Guess I am the evil one for sure. Yeah, if Mr. Rogers is born on your birthday, you are definitely evil. I bet Laura could do the best Tina Turner. I've never heard him try to do Tina Turner. Now, that didn't sound right. Battlefront. Is that... Okay, thank you, Thomas. Yes, I love that one. I like the old wireframe 3D Star Wars arcade machine. That was a lot of fun. It was really a rail shooter disguised as a flight sim, but it was a fun game. Tina Turner, we don't need another hero. Sing it. We don't need another hero. There you go. Enter, Battlefront or Force Unleashed? Ooh. Tough one. I like both games, but I would have to give it to Battlefront because I like the whole idea of jumping in a fighter, taking off, fighting in the space, and then jumping on a ship, fighting the bad guys. I like that a lot. However, Force Unleashed really was the first Star Wars game I played where it felt like you were a badass. Darren is here. I didn't think you were going to make it. Good to see you, Darren. Have to keep trying, Anti-Trekker, for that black hole review like Mr. Miles wants a wrench. I understand. But, and eventually it'll happen. It's just one of those things. Man, I feel horrible about being so overwhelmed with some of the stuff you guys want me to do. And I hope and I pray that one day I will be able to do this full time so I can get caught up on a lot of that. Presenter's choice. You could do an actual functioning lightsaber, but you have to renew Star Trek Discovery for 10 seasons. Would you? To own an actual functioning lightsaber, would I endure 10 seasons of Discovery? I think I would. Just to have a real lightsaber. I mean, that would be the coolest thing ever. Lag monster is killing me. Well, move out of the UK. I know you can do it on Battlefront 2. Not sure about Force Unleashed. No, I don't think you could on Force Unleashed, but the first Battlefront, I know you could. Anti-Trekker's cousins, brothers, sisters, husbands, and an event. Anti-Trekker's cousins, brothers, sisters, husband is in Avengers Endgame, which makes them nothing. If you were shooting in Edinburgh train station in Infinity War in Durham Cathedral, Anti-Trekker, they shot extra scenes for Endgame, though we weren't told at the time. Well, that's cool. So I hope to see you, Peter. And if you are in it, of course, you're going to have to find the frame of video where you appear and post it everywhere. There's a game I played in the early aughts, Jedi Knight Academy and Jedi Knight Outcast. I hadn't played those. Not all Bond girls have been hot. Grace Jones and Tulia come to mind. Well, yeah. I mean, but those Bond girls in the opening credits, they're pretty consistently hot. Who is Alexia? Alexia is BIRDOPREY's wife. Alexia, search Pornhub gay. Gee, that's wrong, Captain Redneck. Kronos, I don't know, but I think Antichecker thinks it's Alexa. I always get it wrong. It's either Alexa or Alexia. I don't know. It's, you know, I know that if you say Calypso, for some reason it responds to that. So if you say Calypso, search Pornhub gay, then for some reason it likes that. Perhaps it's Sal 9000. Yes. I like Conquering the Galaxy in the original Battlefront 2. As did I. Why can't Star Trek have good games like Star Wars did? Because the people that make games don't understand Trek. Well, do you mean that Mr. Miles actually get a wrench eventually? No. But he'll continue to push for one. Mr. Miles says, I have a wrench. Actually, no, you don't. 10 is a lot, but I would do it too. Okay. We should just let you finish your Borg series before we put any more tasks on you. Well, I do need to get the Borg series done. That is true. Miles, try Star Trek Legacy. Great game. I haven't played Legacy. I like the 25th anniversary Star Trek game for its day. I like Star Trek Armada. It was a fun game. But the problem is that most of the time they try to make Star Trek games pure action, and it doesn't work. All I ever wanted was The Force Awakens. Oh, and the USS Crawford. Both of which are in the works, my friend. The USS Crawford is currently getting a refit, and I'm working on that in the background whenever I have time, and that's the crazy thing. Mr. Miles says, I am the Alpha Omega Wrench. No, you're not. Michael Burnham was born on my birthday. Yay! Well, there you go, Surf. There's the evil. Captain Redneck agreed. Legacy is a great game. Well, glad you guys agree on that. What happens after Discovery finishes and after Endgame? Maybe do a poll on favorite Star Trek episode to cover, which we could along watch you on Netflix with your commentary. Well, actually, we're going to do some stuff like that, Esri, in the not too distant future once I have my account set up on Vimeo, and more on that when it happens. Peter says, I have a sword. Oh, I actually have a dirk right here. If I can reach it here. Oh, absolutely real. But yeah. I wouldn't lose a limb owning a lightsaber. It's like a hot plate at a Mexican restaurant they bring you and tell you not to touch. I have to touch it. Well, yeah, that would be bad. Let's see. Grats on the marriage, BIRDOPREY. Yes. Loquetius is here. It says, I once had a dream where I had a real lightsaber, but it was very small, only about 2 inches, and it only really worked on paper. Oh, that wasn't a lightsaber, Loquetius. That was something else, and you were dealing with your internal feelings of being insignificant. Yes, Miles, try it. Oh, the game, yeah. Alexa's a good name for a wife. Well, good name for BIRDOPREY's wife. There's no I in BIRDOPREY 5 Survive. So Alexa. Sorry. Alexa, search Pornhub. So that's how you're supposed to say it. I trained my Alexa to respond to bitch. That's funny. That is actually really funny. I would ride Small World at Disney World for 24 hours to get a real and actual functioning Star Trek phaser. I mean, the one that really stuns and vaporizes. That would be cool. And so Mr. Ross says, hey, bitch, what's the weather like? And so on. Yes, that would be hilarious. I like the big Bond girl that touches pistol tips on reverse shadow shot. Oh, yeah, you like that one, huh? That's, you're creepy. Star Trek Armada 2 and Bridge Commander were almost awesome games. Armada 2, I didn't like as much as the first one, but I did like it. Bridge Crew is a kick-ass game, and there's no new content and no players. So of course not. Chrono says, you're so progressive, Mr. Miles. And in Transformers last night, they destroyed Durham Cathedral. Did they really? I didn't know that. I play Star Trek Timelines. It's basically a card collection game, but it's fun. I've seen a couple things on it, but I haven't really tried it. Star Trek Voyager Elite Force is a great first-person shooter game. I've played that one. I wouldn't list it as a... The problem is that it's a fun game. Don't get me wrong. I enjoyed Elite Force, but it doesn't feel very Star Trek because a shooter is kind of antithetical to Star Trek. Armada 2 is fun, but holy crap, they were lazy with it. Very generic. Agreed. I am the alpha non-wrench. Okay. Peter says, Vimeo. Yes. I now want awesome ship porn vids of the USS Crawford leaving space dock post refit. Well, I will do what I can for you, Doctor, but it's going to take a little bit. A show-accurate Star Trek game would have to involve philosophical debates and inspiring speeches, not exactly conducted in most computer games. Well, that's the thing, though. It would take a lot of work to make a good Star Trek game. It would take a lot of good writing. And so that's the problem. But it could be done. Handchecker, have you played Star Trek Generations, the one with Soren? It was a good adaptation of the movie. So it was horrible then. But no, I have not. Nice letter opener. Yes. When do you think your Vimeo account will start? That depends, Thomas, on basically getting enough support on the channel because the channel has to pay for it. I can't afford it. Do you have a Klingon Batleth? I do not. I would love to get one of these days. Remember to jerk gently. Very true. I have a skiing anti-trigger. The knife that that goes in a Scotsman's sock within full kilt regalia. Very cool. I want to get one of those because I do have a couple of kilts and stuff that I like to wear, particularly during the summer. But I do plan on getting a full Scottish regalia for the Crawford clan. Everyone show their support for Discovery by not liking this video. Everyone who hasn't liked must love it. That's true. If you don't like this video, that means you love Star Trek Discovery. Anti-Trekkers should stream from MySpace. CBS would never find them there. That's true. No, the beauty of Vimeo, though, is that Vimeo it's a pay service, of course, but if you have a Vimeo premium account, you can live stream and not worry about copyright. Not all Bond girls were hot. Grace Jones and two. You said that already, Darren, but yeah. I was talking about, when I read it the first time, I said that we were talking about the girls in the credits. Peter Quinn sends a link for something. Let me see if I can get it to load, but the stupid thing keeps jumping. All right, so yeah, very nice. I don't know how to pronounce it, but yeah, that dagger. There it is. Very cool. Antrigger, think Tasha Yar could have been a great character if she didn't die. She could have been, but then again, she was kind of, the way they introduced her and they were treating her, and she never really, the rape gangs. That was just like the dumbest thing ever. So I quite frankly don't miss it. Let's see. Sutherland clan. Seems like we have Infinity Stones in that pick too. It does. The Borg are in Elite Force. You reviewing? Well, I don't have Elite Force, but maybe I'll have to get it just to review the Borg. Thanks. Armada games are brilliant and got better when I got into modding. Well, as a moddable game, yes. I would play a game with kids, We the People preamble. That sounds very boring. I still have my old Navy Cutlass. Well, of course you do, Darren, but I like, you know what, Darren? I like that model of the sub that you have. That is awesome. Armada 2 is great. Many ships, nice story. It had Paramount logo, so kind of canon. Well, it's not officially canon, but it's a fun game. Kilts are nice in the summer, have to be worn in the traditional manner. Yes, no comment. I'd like to play Strip Trek with 7 of 9 or Strip Poker with 7 of 9, whichever qualifies my alone time with 7 of 9. Best Star Trek game ever. Yeah, you and Alexander. I still have all Star Trek Generations games for Windows 95. I still have a virtual PC with 95 on it and play it from time to time. I've never even heard of that game. Armada games were fun to play. They weren't very Trek accurate, but they were fun to play. I could never afford a Batleth. Would you accept a Klingon circumcision knife instead? No. Sorry for repeating myself earlier. I'm old, forgetful. Me too. I wonder if BitChute has streaming capabilities. Have to say I didn't notice when I reviewed it. I don't think they do right now. Skiendo. Skiendo? Is that how you say it? Tosh Yar was a not-so-hot mess. Agreed. The knife. Yes, I know that's what you're talking about, is the knife, but yeah. The cool thing about Star Trek Timelines is it has a lot of parts. You can send in ships on long voyages, run shuttle missions, and ship on ship battle arena, but it's mostly increasing crew stats. It looks like an interesting enough game. I just don't have time for it. What are the chances of Endgame will be a bit of a letdown? I'll go under 60%. Oh, I don't think Endgame's going to be a letdown. I really don't. The only way I would really get let down by Endgame would be if Captain Marvel saves the day. If Captain Marvel flies in and beats Thanos and saves the day, then, you know, that would be a disappointment for me. Neckleth. Yes, the knife. Yes, Captain. Yar's sister was hot. I barely remember, but I know she looked better than Yar. Since we now have seen Tony Todd as a Mocklin, now we need Terry Crews as a Mocklin. Agreed. Marina Sirtis was originally supposed to play Yar, and that would have been interesting, but I can't picture Marina Sirtis saying the line rape gangs with a straight face. Buchanan clan represent. She was kind of a bitch. Yeah, that's true. YouTube is erasing my likes. Also, that is weird. Tasha's dialogue was specifically written by Nancy Reagan. Okay. The Borg are also a major enemy of the ride in Star Trek The Experience. I've never been on Star Trek The Experience. I wanted to, but I never made it. Yes, as a headscarf and no underwear. Little known fact. Yes, that's Doctor. I'm going to punch you now. How about you reboot TNG and DS9? Why would I reboot TNG and DS9? However, I would not be opposed to a well-done TNG or DS9 reboot. As the problem is that you need to. I think they just need to reboot the universe and start from scratch, but honor the original ideas of Star Trek. Hashtag MePoo, says Kronos. MePoo, my friend. I find it funny on Star Trek Online set 2410, my Excelsior is effing powerful and has obliterated Borg cubes. It makes me laugh. Yeah, Star Trek Online has got a lot of balance issues because the Borg ships should be way more powerful, but I understand why they do it because they want the game to be playable. I have a semi-automatic if you agree to be less B-Wing. Ski-do. Ski-do. I'm going to get it eventually. You need to make the N longer sounding. Ski-do. Ski-do. Ski. Well. In and. Okay. Ski. I suck at that. I need to have someone actually say it to me. I wasn't a big fan of Tasha Yar, but the way they killed her off wasn't great. Oh, the way they killed her off was stupid. Anyway, but you know, the best thing about Tasha Yar was the effect she had on Data. Anyone play Bridge Crew for PS4? I have not, but I've heard it's good. Star Trek Generations was a game based on the movie. It was built on the Doom engine of the time. That's interesting. I didn't know that. Any chance of Alexander is Andy Kaufmaning us? That was quite a thing. I would hope so. Anti-Checker can't tell the difference between an A-Wing and B-Wing classic. I know, I screwed that up. Thank you for reminding me, yes. The Dak-Tag Klingon dagger is based on the Ski-and-Do. I'm not... Yeah, it does seem like it, as far as concept, yes. Tasha Yar was Hillary Clinton before anyone knew who Hillary Clinton was. One of my favorite Trek games back in the day was Starship Creator. You would design ships, select the officers, and then send the ships on missions. I don't think I've played that one. Bloods, the Crips, and the rape games. Just say no. Warp made a much better chief of security. Is intimidating. You follow his rules on the Enterprise. Yeah, Worf was really. I mean, you have a Klingon on the ship, and then not make him chief of security was kind of silly. I think Star Trek should just move forward and not have reboots or prequels. I tend to agree, but they're not going to do that. But if you want to mess with the classic timeline, fine. make it completely unrelated to what we've seen before, or reboot the entire franchise. But you have to find a way to watch the story for the experience because it's the Borg. Well, that doesn't make it canon, though. Considering Marina Sirtis was in Death Wish movie, maybe where she was raped, it wouldn't have been weird to hear her talk about rape gangs. Well, I'm just saying that we got to know her as Troy over all those years. I don't think it would fit to have her being chief of security. I should have brought the B-Wing thing up. Sorry, my bad on my... Nah, that's cool. I screwed up. That was my fault. Zoom says, Anti-Trekker, so would you be okay with a new Trek set in another universe, say the universe where the Hobus exploded, but Spock stayed, but it's a continuation? No, I don't think that's necessary, Zoom. I don't want more universes and extended timelines and crap. Just have it take place after the destruction of Romulus and move forward. Enough with trying to revisit what was good in the past and ruin it. If you want to do something new, do something freaking new. But don't try to retread stuff we've already seen and then make it new. Luke Fovark throws 10 euros into the chat. Thank you so much, Luke. If a consumerist society is bound to promote infantilizing products to maximize profit, then we are doomed to relive cheap entertainment until the end of a consumer society. Annoying thought. That is an annoying thought, Luke. Thank you. And MEGGACHAT number 4. All right, my friend. You know, it's funny you should ask for MEGGACHAT number 4 because we played it last night just for you. Well, all right. Well, let's beam down to the planet. Energize, Mr. Scott. Oops,
Aye,
that's
Captain.
not MEGGACHAT number 4. That's UBERCHAT number 4.
What is this? A female of the skunk persuasion. She is so stunning, I must...
Hey, what are you doing? Stop objectifying that cat.
What is this? She is Le Cat? Oh, I'm so sorry. I did not know.
Oh, what? Because she's a cat, she's not good enough for you?
No. But we are not even the same species, so...
Oh, so now you're cat shaming.
No. I am just...
Get him! Get him!
That's all, folks.
Oh, so objectifying women and cat shaming is not bad enough? Now you have to make fun of the disabled? Jeez.
YouTube. Actually, I think it's more my computer than YouTube. Unfortunately, this computer is really on its last leg, and so every time I switch scenes, sometimes the stream gets interrupted. But I don't think it's YouTube's fault. I still have Starship Creator. I have never played it. I think he means Hilary Swank, the girl that dies at the end of the boxing movie with Clint Eastwood. I don't know. Enter, what would Kirk say if he walked on the Enterprise D? You asked me that earlier, Chief, and I said that he would say, holy crap, is this a hotel? Marina Sirtis got raped a lot in movies before she was on TNG. Well, maybe she's just the kind of woman that movie producers want to rape? I guess. It's dead, Jim. Yeah, I know that the stream died for a minute there. I hate it. When the Jaloja fails. Some of the super chats are so long, that's why you get behind the chat. Just saying, I know, and that's that. But you know what? I love you guys. But yeah, it's true. Jump to the Discovery 25th century. No more continuity problems until Picard starts. I don't. But you see, it still breaks continuity because just because you say, oh, see, it fixes everything because we push it to the future, that doesn't fix anything. All that does is say raise more questions. Well, why doesn't anybody mention the Discovery that just disappeared without a trace? Why, especially since Pike knew what was going on, wouldn't, people hear about the heroic sacrifice of the good people of the Discovery? Whatever. Anyway, I do need to wrap it up, though, guys, so I want to thank you. By the way, Luke, I'm glad you're okay. Thoughts and prayers to the people of Paris. I know that, even though not all of the building was destroyed. Man, to lose Notre Dame like that is just horrible. But check news ticker, read the news ticker above your head. Looks like a Me Too wanted poster. All right, take a look. What did you do? Where is it? What the heck? Oh, it's from Zoom. That's why I'm like trying to find it. All right. Racist, sexist, homophobic rant. Yeah. So very, very funny. So yes, that's what he's talking about there. There. Try to kind of get it so that you can like get like so weird. Anyway, so did BIRDOPREY fall asleep? He usually does. No, he's probably getting physical therapy from Camille. Hello, Camille, if you're there. But anyway, guys, thank you for hanging out with me once again. Tomorrow night is the big final Discovery episode. Yay. We'll see how that goes. And then I still got to figure out what my schedule is going to be in a couple of weeks. Oh, man. I'm just... Oh, sure, now the credits.
I have got something better!
So BIRDOPREY says restart the stream, damn it. Alright. Hold on just a second. Let's see. Oh wait, no,
We make love together.
Hey guys, Michael J. Crawford, the Anti-Tracker here. Good to see you. Hey, look, Thomas Potts is first. Hey, we talk about a lot of random stuff around here, so let's talk about this random thing. And this, oh, you know, Star Trek video games, they're awesome. Hey, what's going to happen in Discovery on tomorrow night? Who the heck knows? Endgame is probably going to be great unless Brie Larson happens to ruin it or something. Well, don't forget to tip your server.